No. You know what we're gonna do?
What?
Go back to that man when I talk. Go up to that boy. Right there.
Oh well,
Let's talk
you do
about
have the
this.
video.
Let's talk about this video.
Okay,
Yes.
here we go. Hold on.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
This might not be a popular opinion, but I think that fathers should take at least 80 to 90% of the raising of children.
Come on, man. Let's get into this.
Let's do it. You want to do it? Let's do it.
Let's go viral, man.
Let's go viral. Black fathers should take on 80 to 90% of raising the children. I'll say it like this. If you have a son, Black women, if you are in a co-parenting situation, and if you have a son who is between, I'll give you some grace, 9, 10, 11, you should be emotionally, mentally, spiritually planning to let your son move with his father. Unless it's some type of abuse, unless if he works overseas, there's some major things that's stopping that. I promise you, you will save yourself a lot of stress, and you will put your son in a very good developmental space. We've seen it in Boys in the Hood. The moment Trey started thinking he was because you got to think your body is changing.
Mom don't scare me no more.
No, bro. I remember I used to be like, Mama, call my dad, because like at this point we just going back and forth. You yelling and screaming and mad and hitting me, going upside my head. I'm trying to get this over with.
At this point, I'm just gonna take the belt from you.
Please. If my dad, I swear to God, I'm telling this, if I was to live with my dad at an earlier age, I promise you I'll probably be in a whole different position, right?
I mean, listen, I ended up moving with my father when I became a teenager.
You see?
And it was like perfect timing.
What age though?
14 to 15.
Yeah, see,
14, 15.
I didn't move with my dad until I was 17.
Okay.
And I was already, I'm already regret,
right.
You know, I'm already pissed off at him because we ain't
right.
been really vibing, right? So now you want me to come over here trying to take me from my mom's situation.
But it still shaped you, because even at that age, you're still growing up.
I think
still growing up.
It shaped me how not to be, because I was still kind of spoiled being under my mom, but going to my dad, he a street dude, project baby.
So everything's different.
Yeah, so clean. That's your soap. That's your toothpaste. You clean up behind yourself. So I did get
Wash
a lot of that.
Clothes.
Wash your own clothes.
Yep.
All of that. He didn't. All
right,
of that. Don't use my condoms. Don't use my Don't do none of that. Don't touch none of that. And I'm still like that with my kids now.
Craig, I'm gonna let you go ahead and chime in.
I agree completely. I think there's a point at which a boy should be with his father. It has nothing to do with sexuality, because I think sexuality is instinctive. It's how you're wired. If you're born queer, you're queer. But I just think that there's a certain amount of independence that a father can give a boy. So I have a great nephew who moved to Georgia because his father, my nephew, lives here. Well, he called back home to his mother like every day, whining and complaining. He was already registered to school here. He called and complained every single day, whining and complaining. He didn't like it here. But what he had here that he didn't have at home with a single mother was structure. He was able to just do whatever he wanted to do. He was on his cell phone all day. He ate whatever he wanted to eat, fast food, cheese steaks, whatever. He was gaining weight, wasn't focused on school. And sad to say, his mother was working 2 different jobs, and she was kind of like a young mother. So she was, at parties and this, that, and the third. So he was at home unsupervised a lot. And here I am, the gay uncle, trying to offer direction from here. And so, like I said, he moved down here. He called home and complained. And so his mother ended up driving down here on a Friday, took him out of school without his father knowing, without my nephew knowing, and went back to Baltimore. And my nephew didn't even know she checked him out of school. And so it severed their relationship. It really changed the relationship of my nephew and his son. And it's just one of those dynamics that I think children need both parents. And I think that it's important that if the mother is going to be there for the primary years, then the father definitely needs to be there for those secondary years.
Why are they not together?
That's true.
Let's talk about why is the house broken up?
Which goes back to what I was saying before about us building as couples.
Why is the house split? Why are all why? First of all, you shouldn't lay down with a motherfucker that you're not equally yoked. Ladies, let's talk about letting these niggas nut in you after the club. Put a rubber on. And then it's a lot of broken homes that'll be fixed. Some of you get with niggas that you think that you want to fuck on the first night. If you gonna let him do that, put it in your ass or your mouth. I'm just being. If you're hot in your ass, put it in your ass. Or put a rubber on. Don't let this nigga nut in you. And you ain't got to find out 6 months later or a year later he ain't shit. Don't let him nut in you. See, crack came from this perspective. I'm coming from this way. Don't let him nut in you. Nut in you. Let nut in the cup. What? Wait, no. Don't let him come in you.
A cup, Maddie.
If you met this nigga at the club and you done danced with him and he got 4 bitches already, why is you trying to have? It's a broken home all fucking ready. If you done heard 50, 11 bitches in the neighborhood talk dirty, greasy about this nigga, why is you letting him nut in you?
Maybe because we in the age now where
Bitch,
sex is just casual for everybody.
well, wear a rubber.
I'm saying that people don't think things.
You straight motherfuckers need to put a rubber on. Because we punks know that if you nut in our ass, we ain't having no baby.
Look, it takes
we ain't having no baby.
You can't. It takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to tango, Maddie.
Excuse me. It does take two to tango. But I'm talking to the ladies that be in the heat of the moment.
We be in the heat of the moment.
You niggas ain't gonna fuck nothing with no rubber on. I be praying to niggas, please.
Point example.
But that's why it's the ladies
in the heat of the moment.
The ladies, it's your responsibility to know that you can get more than an STD. You can get more. A lot of you hoes think I can go get a shot and I'm done with it. Bitch, you may bring somebody into this fucking world that you don't want to fuck with no more, and your home already split up like an earthquake doesn't fucking happen. Wear a rubber.
Nobody is wearing condoms.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. That's what thank you.
Oh, I do.
No, I'm talking.
Don't you turn your head? I do.
We're not talking, but we talking about people in this world generally.
Bitch, hold on. BigDickBitch.com will prove you motherfucking wrong. I do. You may not. Because you Bush queens don't believe in no rubbers either. Y'all move in straight ideology. Y'all don't believe in no motherfucking rubbers.
I'm abstinent.
What you abstaining from? Fish?
Sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, you abstaining from beef and pork. Sex is not beef and pork, girl.
I'm not having sex.
They say, hey, Faze. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. I love that. Hey, Faze.
Right.
Hey, girl.
Hey, popular hot ass gossipers.
Hey, how y'all doing?
But the thing is, there was a time where people didn't just fuck raw casually.
No.
That was something.
That's now.
Once upon a time, that was something special.
Well, you know what?
You didn't just do that with everybody.
This is something that's going on right now.
Y'all
everybody just
y'all
out
sucking
here
everybody
fucking,
dick.
Everybody just out here fucking raw all over the place.
Mo, you just had raw sex.
No, I did not. Don't even do that. I haven't had sex in a minute.
It used to be special.
Unfortunately. When we were what?
Y'all went out of the country?
The Betty Mom.
Yeah, y'all.
Oh,
that was the summer.
That was a minute.
It don't matter. It was raw.
That was
well, anyway, he had to do because I wasn't having sex either, actually.
You know, there was a time that it was special. You didn't just fuck anybody raw. Now it's like people don't care. The gays definitely don't care.
The gays, they never gave a fuck.
Child,
The gays, they never gave a fuck. But at least when that epidemic came through and did a supermarket sweep on us, it ain't funny. When that epidemic came through.
When the epidemic did what?
Came through, did a supermarket sweep and started gathering us and putting us in the checkout line. Not the checkout line. Girl, when the epidemic came through and started sweeping the girls up,
baby,
and putting us in the checkout box.
Girl, can I say it?
Hold on. No, don't do it yet. Let me finish. When the epidemic came through and gathered us up and started putting us in the checkout box,
the
supermarket suite, and putting us in the checkout box and rolling us outside.
Girl, can I say it?
To put us in the quad, to take us away from here.
Girl, can I say it?
What you told the AIDS?
The AIDS.
The AIDS. When the girls went through the AIDS epidemic.
When they went through the what?
And they started gathering us up and putting us in a supermarket suite when they gathered us, put us in the basket, and sent us through the checkout line.
Wait. What gathered the girls up?
The eight. Put us through the checkout line and checked us out.
Like in public?
Yes.
Bitch. The AIDS.
We began to start to be like, hey.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
We only started to get more and more promiscuous once PrEP became a thing.
Listen. And y'all done lost your goddamn minds.
We became more and more promiscuous once the PrEP started to come into play.
And don't let a bitch tell you she undetectable.
Girl, it's over.
She undetectable and you on PrEP.
Today,
Right.
this is what you girls don't understand. Today,
You're undetectable today. That doesn't mean you're going to be undetectable tomorrow and next week.
the levels may change.
Yes.
It all depends if you miss the dosage.
And you're not running blood checks before you're fucking. I mean,
We just keeping it real.
we just trying to tell you. I mean,
Mo, can you please slide there and push the door up, please? We had to do it to the girls in the room over here. We got to do it to the grandmother up there.
look at the brooms. Baby, the brooms are sweeping.
But we being 100 though. Now, so straight, the two fags have sat here
And told you.
and took accountability and said that the AIDS epidemic did come through and supermarkets sweep us out. However,
However,
y'all don't think nothing about PrEP, nothing. Y'all don't think nothing about that. When this needs to be a part of your vitamin regimen.
right? All they think about is birth control.
Yes. This needs to be a part of your vitamin regimens in this day and time. This needs to be a part of your vitamin regimen. You need to see to your primary care physician so they can inform you about PrEP and PEP. Because a lot of you feel like, my husband, my man. Nah. When your husband, your man, your wife, your bitch walks on the other side of the threshold, bitch, there is fair game. Teresa, you said PrEP. Please Google it.
See, the straights don't even know what PrEP is.
That we as homosexuals, transsexuals, bull dykes, daggers, trannies, punks, whatever you want to call us, it is our duty to also reach back into the community that birthed us. Since we have a few girls that scream about how they birthed us, need to reach back into our birthing community and be like, hey, we know that you don't do the thing.
Right.
But this needs to be a part of your vocabulary. PrEP and PEP needs to be a part of your vocabulary because all y'all worried about is the children in broken homes. There's a lot more situations that come along with this. Somebody put, what about doxyprep? Girl, doxyprep is when somebody takes doxycycline so that they don't get, is it gonorrhea? It's gonorrhea, right?
I believe so. But you know, it's like,
Close the door.
Hold on.
oh,
Miss Mary, we can hear you, baby. Can you go up there more and tap her on her shoulder?
like this.
Tap her politely on her shoulder and let her know that we can hear her. I know she's on. Listen, you know what terrorizes me about grown people?
Mm-hmm.
How they'll take their phone and they'll be on speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And if the speaker loud, they loud with the speaker.
Yes, God.
Because she definitely doing it out here.
But you know, one of the things though is whenever we have these kinds of honest conversations about PrEP and protecting yourself, there's always a community of people, a crop of people that say, this is why there's stigma. Or they say, well, you can't infect someone if you're undetectable. But it's like there's so many other caveats to that conversation. Like we just said a moment ago, yeah, you may be undetectable today. I have a friend that's been positive over a decade. He got a new job. His mom passed away. He was no longer undetectable.
What happened?
his numbers were like all over the place because of the stress of the new job and his mom dying. So my point is, if he was having unprotected sex with a partner under the guise of, oh, I'm undetectable.
Well, if the partner is on PrEP, then it is still a very
correct. But
Hold
what
on.
if that partner is not on PrEP? Because the verbiage that they give is, if you're undetectable, you can't pass it. So my point is, if a person is undetectable, but then they're no longer undetectable because of whatever's going on in their life, how would you know that? Because you're not testing your blood every time you have sex.
Did you tap her mode?
Yeah, I told her. She said she shook her head.
She did,
Yeah.
and continued.
Hold on.
No, he didn't stop taking his meds. He did not stop taking his meds.
Yes, I think that people need to understand that even undetectable, if your partner isn't on PrEP, oh God, if your partner is on PrEP, then that helps it out more, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
If your partner,
For sure.
then people don't want to take PrEP, but they'll take birth control, they'll take vitamins, they'll take this supplements and all this type of stuff. We hear that. Add this to your regimen, girl. Add this to your regimen. Just add it to your regimen, girl. Go see your primary care physician. Look up information on PrEP and PEP. PEP is if you think that you've been exposed to it. Just like y'all go and y'all get those PEP pills after y'all. Oh, I think I might be pregnant. He's better than me. You better take a PEP, a PEP, and a Plan B in 2020, 2023, and 2024 society. Take a PrEP, a PEP, and a Plan B. Because these niggas is not telling y'all the truth. And you ask for the truth, and when you get the truth, you don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? You ask for the truth, they're not gonna get it. Ain't no man finna, I hear in these streets, ain't no man finna really tell you that he's sexually fluid. Because the first thing you're gonna do is be like, I don't want no gay nigga. When in all actuality, that man does not identify as gay. See, me and Nick Craig could be too fast because we understand, like, we don't put on our whole armor. The Bible says put on your whole armor when you step outside into the world. We put our whole armor on years and years ago and came out there and said, hey girl, here go my sword, breastplate and shield. Men that identify as heterosexual don't know how to put on their whole armor because it's difficult for them to wear their whole armor. Because when they wear their whole armor and they step outside and they tell you, I got my whole armor on, you know, you laugh at him, you poke fun at him, you do this type of shit, you know, and it makes him be like, well, I got to hide my armor because I can't do this. So they're not going to tell you that they into the situations that they into. They're not going to tell you that they into alternative lifestyle. They're not going to tell you, they're not going to force. And I honestly don't feel, because even if, let's go all the way to the Dwayne. What's his name? Not Dwayne. Ooh, wrong name.
Oh.
What's the man's name? The tall man.
Which tall man? You know how many
The tall basketball man with the toe up feet.
Oh, you talking about Dwight?
Dwight
Howard.
Oh, I had the wrong name.
Completely.
I was like, girl, she talking about Will and Dwayne Martin?
Don't do that. I had the wrong name, girl. I had the Dwight.
See, that's why you need to have Sports Center.
No, I don't need that. I know some of them niggas, but but I personally don't feel like that he should have been forced out. Now here's where we on a slippery slope with this in fag talk. We're really on a really slippery slope,
Right.
on fag talk. I don't believe in the DL men. That's not my thing.
Right.
If you can't be out with me in public and stuff like that, even though we don't have to say that we are together, but if you shaming me and you this and other, and we fucking on the low, can you slide me some change? Can you pay me for my time? Not for the act, but just for my time. We don't need to be on the motherfucking, you know. But if I'm really fucking with somebody that if a man is really in my life, I don't need to be on the low with him. But I'm not gonna be posting him all over social media either because a lot of you bitches can't handle that. But my thing is, I'm not for the down low man. That's not my thing. If you do what you do your thing. 21, do your thing. But I'm also understanding in the same retrospective thinking. I can understand how difficult it could be as a man trying to express and say, I'm sexually fluid. I'm sexually explorative. I'm sexually for these things. Or I just got my dick sucked. I want to get my dick sucked. Or I want to suck. I want to do the thing.
So if they're going to be judged, why then? If this is the question, if they're going to be judged on their sexuality, then I agree. You guys. Like they should come out with who they are.
But
if they're going to be judged,
but here's the thing:
they?
I don't think that you should stand in front of the world and be like, "Hey, I'm sexually fluid." I think that if you are going to get into a deep relationship with somebody, deep. Now I gotta make sure that I say a deep diving relationship, because if you having random sex, I don't think that you owe any explanation your sex, the sex you do. But if you get into a deep relationship with somebody, I do think that you should say, "Hey, I'm sexually fluid." I view trans women as women. So if I tell you that I'm if I'm dealing with if I've dealt with women, I've dealt with women on a whole plateau of women, a plethora of women, including what I deem as women. If you going into a deep relationship, if you get your dick sucked and you fucking and stuff like that, I don't feel like that you need to step to them and be like, "Hey, you know, I like this and the other." Unless it's some freaky shit you want. Hey, I like men and trans. Listen, can we do a link up?
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying, like, if you're going to be shunned, but if people are going to shun you for it, what's encouraging them to come out and say?
Well, here's the thing: if you are not in, I'm talking about indulging into a deep relationship. But if you just fuck Mo, if I ran into you in the grocery store, I don't need to know your body count. If this is what we finna do, if I'm gonna lick the dick up until I hiccup, I don't need to know the body count. I don't need to know that. That ain't my interest, because I'm finna be a part of the body count and you finna be a part of mine. Now, if we decide to go further than that and dig deeper to that, like, hey, I like boys, I like girls, you feel me? Like
dark arts.
I like the dark arts. I like to play with ones, bitch. I'll go to Hogwarts, bitch. You feel me? It's Speleosis if I got to. You feel me? And this give the person the right to have that choice. To have that choice.
The option.
Right.
If they want to cross that bridge with you.
And I agree with you. The only reason I bring up that scenario is because, there are times when maybe they really like the person and they don't know how accepting of the person that they're going to be. And so they're like, I don't know if I should tell the person or not. And they just say, you know what? Maybe I should
maybe it's the Libra in me, because I'm very much so like, it's either you going to fuck with me or you not. Because I'm pretty. So, bitch, you got to realize that it's a privilege for me to even be communicating with you. That's how I think in my brain. That's not me being conceited or not me being whatever, but you have
It's called knowing your name.
You have to know your name. You also have to think in your mind, like, okay, if they don't fuck with it, somebody else will fuck with it. You feel me?
Right.
Listen, my phone ring all day. It's when I decide to pick the phone up and communicate with this person.
Right.
Yeah, as much as you may like a person or you may fuck with a person in that space, it's somebody that'll fuck with you harder than that or less than that or whatever. Don't put yourself through the agony and the torture of going through situations like that.
Yeah, I just think it's because a lot of people they have a fear of being ostracized. Yes, they have a fear of being ostracized.
If you got to get over that. Fuck a nigga. Fuck that. It's either you gonna suck this dick or you not. That's how I go.
No, like I said, I agree with you. I'm just trying to, because there are people how they feel about being that fear of being ostracized, and people looking at them a certain way, and so they're kind of like.
But I don't think that you should stand on the mountaintop and then here's where people going to not understand. I don't think that you as a man that's bisexual, trans attracted, or whatever, or like you sexually fluid. I don't think that you have to stand on a mountaintop and get on social media and say that if you don't want to. Right. I think that when you starting to dig deep into trying to have a lasting relationship or building with someone. Am I right, Craig?
Yeah, you're right.
Or building with someone. I think that if y'all have decided to go this route, I think that it's imperative that you lay this shit on the table.
Show your cards.
And be like, all right, here we go. This what it is right here. I think it would save a lot of time and a lot of motherfucking energy.
And heartache.
Just basically like going through that nigga's phone. When I finally meet my partner that's for me, I'm going to turn my phone over to that nigga. Because if somebody's texting and messaging me, I'm going to explain to him, sir, I'm not fucking him or fucking with him right now, but I am telling him to check back with me in 90 days because I don't know how me and you going to do. So I'm not gonna cut him off like that. And you may need to do that bitch like that.
Ike Turner's always booking ahead.